Hey, 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 beautiful people. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to Marriage Monday. I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach, here to give you tips and strategies, tools, and resources on bridging the communication gap. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. It's a beautiful day here in the A. Like literally, it's a beautiful. Every day is a beautiful day. Today the sun is shining. It's a little warm, so it's giving us a snippet of what our summer's gonna be like. It's warm, but it's a beautiful day, and I hope that you all are enjoying this day. So welcome to the TLC community. Listen, you are free to ask questions in the chat, so please do that. Make sure you share this out, tag your mid friends and so forth, because we talk real talk on Marriage Mondays, right? It's real talk. It ain't no sugarcoating, because I am that coach who likes to keep it 100. But it's all in love, because what do I always tell you? I want your marriage to succeed. It is succeeding, right? And sometimes that communication gap, sometimes there's a little gap in there because of life and just things that happen, but your marriage is not over. If you've been following me, you know that your marriage is not over, okay? And so those who are new to the community, to TLC community, welcome. Welcome. And I hope and I just really pray that you get what I am, you receive what I have for you. Now, you new to the community, one thing I need you to do, go ahead and get your notebook, get your little journal, get your pen, pencil, whatever you decide to write with, but get that journal for you and your boo, because I'm going to need you to take notes. I'm going to need you to take some notes, okay? Because that's what we do. We come to Marriage Mondays and talk it out Tuesdays, and we take our notes, because again, these are resources, these are tools, strategies, tips that I want to give you. Okay, so listen, today we are talking about silence that can't build what truth is supposed to fit. Basically, that safe space that we always talk about. Y'all know I'm big on safe space, right? But that safe space, a lot of us don't know how to give that to our boo. We don't. We don't. And when we do, we become sometimes it's out of order. It's out of order. Silence can't build what truth is supposed to fit. So I need you to go ahead, get your notes. Let's go ahead and go through these, because I don't keep you long. I don't keep you long, because you got things to do with your boo this afternoon. You got a moment you got something to do with your boo. Okay. So listen, silence can't build what truth is supposed to fit. Meaning, avoiding a conversation doesn't make it go away. It just gives it time to grow into something bigger. Y'all know when we do this whole silent treatment, I ain't gonna talk to him because I'm mad at him. He should have known. He should have known to do X, Y, and Z. And now you're in your feelings, you're getting all mad, and you're doing silent treatment because you heard your girlfriend say, girl, give him silent treatment. He'll come around. Or you heard your dudes tell your wives, man, don't talk to her about that. Let it be. If she want to know something, tell her she'll know how to come. And then y'all do this silent treatment. Who told y'all that? Who told you that that was healthy? That's not healthy at all. that is actually contributing to that gap in your communication. Because again, that's your boo. 7 years plus, that is your boo. Why are you giving each other the silent treatment? Why are you being mad and upset to the fact that you can't talk to your spouse? I understand, and I have talked about this. When there's a time when you can't like literally take care of that conversation, if you're having a hard conversation, there is a moment where you have to pause. Remember, I talk about that pause, that breathing. You have to take a step back, but it's not the silent treatment. It's really you're taking a step back to gather your thoughts so you won't say anything out of pocket to your spouse. But that whole silent treatment, man, come on, get rid of that. If you've been doing it, get rid of it because it's not healthy and it's just not right. Why would you want to give your partner the silent treatment? Because here's the real deal. Ready? Mhm. Here's the real deal. You giving your partner the silent treatment opens the doors for other people to listen and talk to your boo. I'm just saying. One thing about your Coach TaShon, I told you I'm gonna keep it 100. You do a silent treatment with your partner, right? I don't care how long you've been together. You open that door, you open that portal for something else to come in. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean another person. It could be in the form of scrolling all day long, Instagram, DMs, other you it can mean a wealth of other things. Staying out, hanging like literally. It opens that door for other things to creep in and take that place of communication that you're supposed to be having with your boo. Dead that silence thing. Like get rid of that silent treatment. Right? I know that advice has been given. Oh, don't talk to him. Give him the silent treatment. Have an attitude. No, ma'am. No, sir. Get rid of it. All right. Couples confuse quiet with peace, but quiet can also be the sound of disconnection. So, you may be like, oh, but that's my piece. I'm not trying to argue with nobody. First of all, you don't have to argue with your mate. You don't have to. You can have disagreements. It doesn't have to turn into a full blown out argument. It's okay to disagree with your spouse. It is. It's okay, right? It's the respect. When you have respect for your spouse, your conversation is going to be respectful. You're not going to have to cuss each other out to get your point across. You're not going to be able to, um you don't have to say anything mean and derogatory to your mate. You don't. But it's out of respect. So you don't have to get quiet on your mate and mistake that for peace. That's not peace. You're just going silent and you're choosing not to talk about the issue at hand. Okay? Ask what conversations are you dodging that are costing your connection? That's what I want you to write in your journal. What is that conversation or those conversations that y'all are avoiding? Playing a dodgeball, double dutch, y'all avoiding it, right? You know how you going back and forth that you're avoiding. All right? That's costing you that connection. I need y'all to take a look at that because again, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. All right? Number two, your spouse can't fix what you won't express. Again, your spouse cannot fix what you won't express. I just talked about this last week. Your boo is not a mind reader. They are not God. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you want to say. They don't. So you have to be mindful of that. Like I know people be like, oh, he should know how I feel, or the husband can be like, oh, she should know how I feel. We've been together for 10 years. Ain't no reason for her not to say or can't communicate with me. There is a reason why they can't communicate. There may be fear. It may be some type of anxiety. It may be the fact that there is not a, they don't know Exactly. They're not comfortable because, again, things have happened from the day that you got married, right? There have been changes in your spouse, physical changes, mental changes, right? All of these changes, and sometimes your spouse has not had a chance to express that. So you have to give your spouse that grace. They are not mind readers, right? Wives, your husband is not a mind reader. You have to tell your mate, your boo, what you want. You got to, right? And don't leave it open for them to fill in the blanks and all that kind of stuff. You're grown people. Grown. Talk. Talk. And if you are having a hard time to your mate, tell your mate, tell your boo, baby, I have a hard time talking to you. I don't know how to talk to you. I'm a little on edge on talking to you about certain issues that we have, certain topics that come up. Open that door for conversation. And again, it doesn't have to be a knockdown, drag out, cussing, fussing. No, you don't have to do that. You can actually have a conversation like peaceful. Did you know that? You can actually do that. Yeah, you can. You can, right? Unspoken needs turn into unmet expectations, and that's where the resentment festers. That's where the resentment creeps in because your partner doesn't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you're feeling. So for them, they're like, okay. And then for you, it's like, so he don't know what I feel. He didn't ask. No, he's just assuming that you're fine. Especially if you keep saying I'm good. I'm good. Every time he asks, I'm good. You want to talk about anything? No, I'm good. I just keep doing what I'm doing. Well, then what are you doing? Because you're not doing anything but widening that gap. You're not closing the gap. You're widening it. I'm just saying. And this is another question I want you to ask. Am I expecting my partner to know something I haven't communicated? Plain and simple. I told you I'm not going to make this difficult or challenging for you. It's simple. Communicating with your spouse is not supposed to be hard and challenging. It's not. It's not. It's easy. It's not complicated. We keep making it complicated. We literally are making it complicated. You've been with your boo for 7+ years. Y'all done did everything together in these 7+ years. Come on. You can't talk to your boo? No, you can. And you got to stop saying that. I can't talk. Yes, you can. You can talk to your boo. You definitely can. It's just how you need to talk. That safe space, that space that you have to create, as I talked before, you got to create that safe space. And it has to be the both of you, right? You can start it off, one spouse can start it off and whatnot because the other spouse may not understand and may not grasp the concept. But I guarantee you, if you start it off, right, you create that safe space, you create that momentum and keep that momentum going with say, hey, babe, you know what? Coach T got some good. Yeah, I know we've been having some issues with our communication. She's been giving out some tips. Let's see if it applies to us, right? And let's see if we can do it or not. But you got to create that space for the both of you. If you want to bridge that communication gap in your marriage, then you're going to do it. You're going to do it. All right. Number three, emotional safety starts with how you respond, not just how you talk. Listen, listen. If your spouse opens up and feels judged, rushed, or ignored, they'll stop opening up. Bottom line. Safety in marriage is created moment by moment with tone, patience, and presence. That means when you go to your spouse and your spouse rushes you off, what you want now? What we just talked about that last week. You ain't done da da da, all of that. Then yeah, you start to you were closed. You were shut down. You were shut down. So you have to create that space. You have to reassure because again, we have to give our partners grace. because you don't know if your mate is afraid to talk. You don't know if something in the past has made that person shut down and say, hey, I'm not asking any questions. I'm not talking. You're supposed to get it when you get it, da da da. You don't know. So that's why you have to allow that grace in your marriage. Now, again, every marriage, the way you communicate is going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different. But you speak it and you create your own space and you create your own style, your own tone in your marriage when it comes to communicating. Yeah, you're not going to say verbatim what I said, right? You're going to put it in your own tone, your own style. Like I can't go to Handsome Honey and be like, "Hey, babe, how are you today? Listen, I was listening to Coach T, and she was saying X, Y, and Z. Da da da." I already turned them off. Guess how I talk to him? Hey, babe, what's up? How you doing? Listen, we've been like kind of beefing a little bit on this topic or whatnot. But I was listening to Coach T. She made some pretty good points. What you think about us doing this? Creating that, she said, a safe space? He's going to be like, what you mean safe space? You see that? It's not going to be the answer that you think you want to hear. But he responded, right? He didn't cuss you out. He didn't fuss. He didn't do none of that because that's not part of conversation. That's not part of communication. That's toxicity. But you see how your mate said, what is a safe space? That's an opening. That question was open. He asked a question. You see what I'm saying? So don't compare. We talked about that last week. Don't compare your communication with someone else's communication. You create your own space for it. You create what's best for you and your boo. So have that talk. Have talk. Chill out. Talk over some ice cream. Talk over some drinks. Talk. Chill out. Communication and comprehension is not complicated. I'm telling y'all, it's not complicated, y'all. And me as your coach, I'm not gonna complicate it. I don't like what I tell you. I don't like being stressed out. And I know you don't like being stressed out. So why would I stress y'all out? I'm trying to ease it up for you. Communication is not complicated. We just gotta learn. And we just have to be willing and extend that grace. We extend that grace to everybody else on the outside, but in the household, we shut down. We don't. No, you got to extend that grace. Okay. So listen, I told you we're not gonna keep it. I wasn't gonna keep you long. So listen up. So if if you didn't take nothing else from this, if you didn't take nothing else, take this. Your silence is saying something. So make sure it's speaking love, not loneliness. Okay. And just know that tonight was your reminder that space, that peace in your marriage doesn't come from avoidance. It comes from honesty. And you can't build connection on what's not being said. You can't. You cannot. And if this, really struck a nerve and hit home for you, I want you to go ahead and connect with me at iamtrinetteLcollier.com. Let's work together. Let's get this thing together. The summertime coming in, it's springtime. The weather is good. You and your boo outside or whatnot. And the last thing you want to do is fake the funk. You don't want to be outside kikiing up, hey honey, y'all, this, that, another, and you get back home and it is dead silence. You don't want that. You want to be 24/7. You want to communicate with your boo 24/7 and in a good way. Again, communication, you could disagree with each other. You don't have to you don't have to argue. Listen, we're not arguing, we're not fussing, we're not fighting. We're not doing any of that. Not in 2025. No, we're not doing that. This your boo. Y'all together. Y'all a team. What? So listen, connect with me. I have some amazing services for you. Join the email, subscribe to the email so that you could so you could connect and keep up with what's going on. Yeah, I got some amazing things, but that communication gap, y'all, your marriage is not over. You have a little bump in the road, but it's okay. It's not over. That's why I'm here. I am here with you through the process, and I got you. I got you. All right. So until tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday, tomorrow I'm going to show you how to apply these, right? I'm going to show you how to apply these three things. So again, silence can't build what truth is supposed to fit, meaning that dead silence in your home. No, knock it off. All right. Your spouse can't fix what you won't express, meaning they're not mind readers. They're not mind readers. They don't know. Even though they're your boo, they don't know what you're thinking. Only you and God know what you're thinking. Your husband don't know, or your wife doesn't know. Mm-mm. And emotional safety starts with how you respond, not just how you talk. That's part of that safe space in your home. Okay? So listen, join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here. Okay? And drop me a comment if this resonated with you. Or drop me a comment. Just drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. How do you and your boo communicate? Is there silence in your space, in your home? Let me know. All right? Until tomorrow, you guys.